Welcome back to Around the Clock. I'm Laila Ali, and today we're talking about body image during pregnancy. Recently, Self Magazine had an article that talked about women being self-conscious about gaining weight during pregnancy and basically started developing eating disorders because they were concerned about gaining too much weight. So, ladies, my question to you is, did you have this problem during your pregnancy? Were you worried about gaining too much weight, and did you do things that could possibly affect your health? Allie, starting with you.
First I'll say I love being pregnant. I love the whole process. I don't even mind the weight gain. But if I'm perfectly honest, the first 3 months, I would say, when there's no bump and you're just gaining weight, I do have a little bit of issues. It's almost like a switch. You have to sort of flip the switch in how you're thinking. It's like I have to force myself to realize that the scale is only going up and it will not be coming back down for probably another year and a half. So, one, I have to wrap my head around that concept. And really, it's like I feel like these people are looking at you and they're thinking, like, oh, is she just gaining weight? Because it's not like you can wear a sign like, hey, by the way, I'm pregnant. So that's why I really enjoy when the bump comes in. So I think there was a little bit of that in the beginning, a little bit of that acceptance period of really accepting what my body was going through. But once I was in the swing of things, I embraced it fully and I loved it.
Logan, how about you? What was your experience like with weight gain when you were pregnant?
Well, first, I have to say, with both my pregnancies, I hate being pregnant. I am not a great pregnant woman. I threw up every day for 19 and a half weeks with both pregnancies. I was nauseous. I was depressed. I was misery to be around. That being said, once I was like super curvy, I could not wait. We went on vacation. I wore a bikini. I hate getting into a bathing suit. If my life depended on it, I don't think I would get into a bathing suit now. But I loved it. I loved the curves. It was so much fun. I really liked it. I felt super womanly.
That's cool. Now, for me, when I was pregnant, it was the same thing you said, Allie. It was like, hurry up and come in bump so I don't just look fat. I want to be obviously pregnant. I didn't like that in between where it just looked like you just had a stomach, you're gaining weight, because, we can't help that. Of course, we're going to care what we look like. But then, once that bump comes in, it's obvious that you're pregnant. I would, carry that bump and that extra weight with pride, because one thing I had to remind myself, and it was easier with my second pregnancy, was that this is such a short period of time in our life, the 10 months of carrying our child, and we really focus on doing what's right, eating the right foods, taking our vitamins, whatever it is that you're doing, getting the right amount of exercise. You focus on that, then you don't focus so much on the weight gain. I think it's, a lot of times women feel like it's their time to eat whatever they want and to kind of go crazy, and it's not really just about gaining weight. It's about putting the right foods into your body for your child, because that's all the nutrition that they're getting, and that's what I try to encourage women to focus on, is eating the right foods, and then you can eat more of it, but it's really sad that women feel like, they have to starve themselves. I mean, come on. I mean, that lets me know that your mind is already not in the right place to be having a child. And that's what concerns me. Unfortunately, anyone can have a child. It'd be nice if, you had to be licensed to have a child, and I think we'd have a lot less problems in this world.
I was going to add that, I definitely exercised while I was pregnant, but I take some spin classes now, and they are hot and they are intense. And just last week, I saw a woman who was probably about to give birth pumping away. And I just thought, okay, this might be the month that you kind of just back off a little bit. Look, I think that we all have certain body image issues as we go through pregnancy. I was more surprised after, when I had hips that didn't go back in. But, look, the things that we do, those are badges of honor, right? Our bodies tell the tales of all the amazing things we've been through. So hopefully we can start looking at it more that way.
Okay, ladies, so if one of these women that have developed a eating disorder while they were pregnant because they didn't want to eat, they were worried about gaining weight, if you were their friend, what would you say to them to help them get their mind right and encourage them to do the right thing while they were pregnant? Allie, what would you say to your friend?
Wow. That's a really touchy it's a touchy situation. I mean, I think you just give them the facts. I mean, I think they say there's a lot of those books out there that show the different stages of development of the fetus and what the body is required, what nutrients that you need at that point. So I think really just sort of educating that person and starting that conversation. I mean, that's the best way to do it.
How about you, Logan? What would you say to a woman that has developed an eating disorder?
I would say that pregnancy is this amazing and overwhelming and also beautiful time. And, to be able to really enjoy the pregnancy and embrace the changes of your body, like that's what women can do. That's what make us so damn amazing. So trying to get that person to realize that beauty really isn't about, staying in size 2 jeans during a pregnancy. It's so much more than that.
If it was my friend, I would probably just tell her that you have to eat while you're pregnant. What you need to be focusing on is eating the proper foods. You're not going to gain too much weight if you just don't overeat. I mean, they say you can eat about 300-400 more calories. I mean, really, that's like that could be a drink. You know what I mean? That could be a decaf drink from Starbucks. It's not that much more food. So I think that, and getting moderate exercise, I think just to help them forget about this idea of gaining too much weight. There are some horror stories out there where women gain, 70, 80, 100 pounds, but those women are eating a whole lot of food, in order to do that. So that's what I would tell my friend. And ladies, you know what? I think we've said some really important things today that hopefully will help somebody out there who might be struggling with the weight gain during pregnancy. But I'd like to hear from our viewers. Please leave your comments below and let us know if you have any ideas about, how we can encourage women to do the right thing while they're pregnant, make sure that, they're giving their baby the best start in life. Or if you're one of those women who needs advice, put it out there. Let's have this conversation openly. And we appreciate you joining us. Please come back and watch Around the Clock another time. Thank you.
Subscribe now. You'll never believe what our moms will be revealing on the next Around the Clock.